I chose to study psychology in the US because while I was researching universities, I was drawn to USA's emphasis on mental health and the opportunities it offers to undergrad students like myself to engage in research and gain hands-on clinical experiences. This aligns perfectly with my goal of becoming a clinical psychologist in the future, which is why I chose to study psychology in the US. I chose Arkansas State University because their psychology program offers this distinctive blend of both theoretical knowledge and hands-on experiences. They have their own experimental psychology labs, clinics, and research opportunities. I'm particularly drawn to conduct my own research as I've always been fascinated to understand why people do what they do. So I'm genuinely excited about the prospect of joining Arkansas State University for that reason. So I chose psychology because I've always been fascinated to understand the mental processes of human being, as I've always wanted to help people who are dealing with mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, and trauma, which are not very vocally spoken in Nepal. And there are also not so many mental health clinics. All over Nepal, there are only 30 certified clinical psychologists, and I look forward to become that 31st psychologist who is going to create revolution in Nepal on this field. My future plan is to establish my own mental health clinic in almost every part of Nepal. So I'm planning to complete my bachelor's from the US, where I'll gain a very strong foundation on psychology. And from that, I'm planning to work under a mental health organization called Healthy Minds Nepal. From that, I'll gain, hands-on clinical experiences, practical closure. And after that, I'll be pursuing my master's, where I'll get to also work with the patients under some clinics and get help from the professionals themselves. And yes, after that I'll be doing my examination, the final examination, and I'll be opening my clinic. The reason why I want to continue my study in the US and not here in Nepal is because that in US I'll get to do a lot of experimental things. I'll get to do a lot of researches which are not much prioritized here in Nepal. Basically the knowledge and the education system here in Nepal is literally based on theoretical knowledge, and for the career that I've chosen, which is clinical psychologist, really required a lot of experiences, which is why I choose to continue my study in the US. My parents are going to sponsor my education. They own a Tibetan cuisine restaurant called Ming Food, and my dad, he also works as the chef manager, and he's also a major investor of Hotel Buddha Land.